I do a little man spreading. It's kind of a thing. Hi guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Hi. Cheers. Here we go. Is this for somebody?
That was supposed to be just for somebody eventually, maybe.
Oh, gotcha. All right. How we doing, everybody?
But I'm just gonna say thank goodness you're alive.
Yes.
Because that kind of freaked me out there.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
You and me both.
I was like, I went through a shock there.
Yes, absolutely. I got a lot of people sending me texts at that point going, what? And then like 10 minutes later, like, oh.
That was weird. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So what can you tell us about your character?
Well, I can finally now talk about it. I have to say I've been looking forward to this panel because I only found out recently, like, that's when we're going to finally admit, because it was, everybody, most people know who Cyrus Gold is. And so it was, one of those things where we're just waiting to kind of reveal it. And so now I can talk about it, and it feels so good because I'm so excited about it. This is something I had secretly hoped kind of early on would happen. And, I kind of joked about it with Bruno, and then, as he said on the panel, it sounded like they've been trying to put this in the works for a while, but I didn't know until right at the end of last season. So I've been doing a lot of research. I have a 6-year-old son, and he and I are having a lot of fun playing the games and reading the comics. And, it's been really neat to create a character. I think any actor loves to do that. However, there were moments where I really wished I was part of the canon. And now I get to be part of it, and I just think it's just super exciting. I was talking to Jeff Johns yesterday at the Warner Brothers party, and Grundy's one of his favorites. So we were rapping about it. It was like two excited kids. Like, oh, did you see this one? Have you read this one? Like, no, I need to read that one. So it's like the greatest homework of all time. I'm having so much fun. I can't wait till you guys see what they've come up with in terms of makeup and hair and wardrobe. I've been training like crazy with the trainer to kind of get to that point, because it's hard because no one's really ever played him as a human. Yeah. So I'm dealing with the video game versions and the animated and the comic versions, and so it's tricky because obviously I'm not going to look like those guys, but I think we're coming up with a really great characterization of him for our purposes, and I can't wait for people to see it.
I think Solomon Grundy is actually one of the more complicated Batman villains. I mean, obviously, most of the Batman villains always have a lot of complications.
Yeah.
They're not always black and white.
Right.
I think Solomon Grundy always has a real core of humanity to him, despite how he works.
Right, which I thought that Butch always had. So that's why when he said that, not only was I dancing around my living room when he told me, but it made so much sense to me because it's a perfect move. It's a perfect way to move on. In fact, Jeff was telling me about, and I can't remember which version, but there's a version where he comes back and he's smart and he wears a suit, and I saw that image when I did the Google search, and I'm like, that could be Butch. That's like zombie Butch. So it makes perfect sense. It totally fits within the storyline, and yeah, I think he's an anti-hero, and that's what we were talking about last night too. I'm like, I know that some versions just have him as a monster, but I think the ones that work best are the ones where there is that sense of humanity. Like he had a crappy life, and now he's a zombie, and he's a misunderstood zombie from the slaughter swamp. So I can't wait to try and play that. And some of the stuff, he mentioned some of it, but some of the other parts of the storyline moving forward are going to be really neat.
I love your passion with this.
Oh man, I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. Yeah. It's just this is the first time, literally the first time I've been able to talk about it in like 3 months. So it's like,
I saw you at WonderCon, and I'm just like,
I know, and I couldn't do anything. I've been saying I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. Now, obviously, England has been working with this group of freaks.
Yes.
Solomon is a bit of a freak now himself, but he does not get along with England as of late.
No.
Is that going to be a conflict there?
I think John even said it, that there's going to be a triumvirate of Nigma, Grundy, and Lee, which, and there's going to be a whole thing that's happening in the Narrows, this kind of battle for power, and so it's going to be this kind of interesting, that's going to be a new interesting threesome, and going forward. So they'll definitely be, he'll still be anti-Penguin at this point. I know. But it's Gotham. We got season 7. I'm sure they'll be back together. Yeah. I mean, I think just by the nature of being a human version of it that people haven't seen before. I mean, that's going to be different. But yeah, I mean, I plan to still have Butch inside there because I think that's the story that we're telling. And so, to me, that will be unique and interesting. We've been playing around with, I still haven't, Butch doesn't come in till later in the season, so I haven't shot anything yet. So I've just been kind of working on prepping myself, and so I'm excited to see kind of once we get going and we get the costume on and we get the makeup. It's going to be, I'm in for a whole nother, I'm going to be spending a lot more time in the makeup chair and getting ready than I ever used to before, so I got to get ready for that. But he is definitely going to be, I'm going to make him my own to whatever degree I can, and it's great to know I have the full support of, DC and John and Danny and Bruno and all the crowd.
Be careful what you wish for, but hey.
That's right. No, that's a very great point. I've said that to my wife a few times. Like, well, especially when I've done my second workout of the day, and I'm dying, and it's like they're going to bed and I'm going down to the gym. Like, be careful what you wish for is exactly the right phrase. Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.